Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages I get from Spirit and for all of us who are all on this journey to reunite with our vibrational matches in this lifetime. And today I'm going to do a conversation with. Yesterday I received an email from a lady to say that there's been lots of videos on YouTube about people saying that the twin flame journey is just here to show up all of your healing, and it's not going to happen in this 3D reality. And so I think there's a lot of people that have been coming off the path, or have been saying that which it is a healing journey, but also that people are coming off the path and saying, okay, well, I think this isn't going to happen. So I have been led to, because of that, I've been led to do this particular reading, which is going to be a WhatsApp conversation around it. So the questions I'm asking are, what do we need to know about what is going on in the TF community and people saying it's not going to happen in 3D? What do you want to tell us about our connection and future? What do we need to do? And then also, what is this Scorpio new moon, the Scorpio moon going to be doing for us? Because Scorpio also, the moon cycles bring up lots of, for want of a better word, stuff under the surface that we need to shine a light on and let go of. So, and the Scorpio moon, there is a big cycle that we're coming up to. That is, everything is secular, right? So we're coming up to another cycle. So there will be things that are being brought up to be let go of. So let's see what what is being said. So the cards that I'm using are going to be the Wisdom of the Oracle, the Moonology deck, and also the Work Your Light deck. Because the big thing is that when people, I understand that people are saying it's just a healing journey, and that is totally right. It's a healing, of course, it's healing, and it's also to shine your light and to work your light and to be a light worker in whatever, in whatever form that is for you. So that's why it is important to focus on the actual mission of it rather than just, oh, this is a romantic relationship that we're going to be together, because that is I agree that's like just a tiny that's basically the icing on the cake at the end of a very long cake making process. So I've already shuffled them. So the first one is, what do we need to know about what is going on in the TF community and people saying it's not happening in 3D? So I'm going to cut the deck and look at this. It is the round and round card. So the cycle, just what I was saying, is that we're being, and the purpose of that is because we're being uplifted. If you look at that, the spiral of consciousness, right? The consciousness is that we're expanding into a higher consciousness. And for some people, that may be that their soul growth has brought them to, somebody else might have come in for them, because that's elevating their soul purpose at this time. So let's just do a moonology. I'm going to see what it is, and it is, look at that, I just knew it was going to be this card. That is so crazy. The card is, your commitment is being tested. Right, so that's insane. I just knew it. That's why I was going to be drawn to do these cards, because I just kind of had this feeling. I was like, I know that there's like a big shift happening and there's a big test happening, and that's not to say that, whoever is coming off the path, it's because that's their soul journey, and that's totally fine. But if you don't resonate with that message, it's because it's not particularly for you, that's not your path, right? We all have different paths, and that's great, So let's see, work your light for this is, where are you being called to journey to, right? So this is about where you've been called to step up to. So, right, so in answer to that question then, what do we need to know about all this going on in the TF community about people saying it's not happening in 3D? And so for those who are watching this message who haven't resonated with that particular message, then look, just like I was saying at the beginning, it's a cycle. We are going round and round. Your commitment is being tested to your particular journey, whatever that is. If you resonate with this message, it's where you're being called to go deeper within, to expand your consciousness more and more and more. You're being pulled in a direction, and that may be really uncomfortable, right? Because it is saying your commitment is being tested, and that's not. And yes, I get it, because it has been really, really difficult. I've shared before that my twin has totally blanked me. Now it's going on for like 4 months. I mean, it's like, and you know, that does test it tests your patience as well as test everything, right? So, this is, so I will go further into it, but basically that, I just knew it. Your commitment is being tested. Right, okay, the next one is, what do you want us to tell us about our connection for the future? Right, so the message is, look at that, truth. Truth be told, so you have the truth within, right? So it's also number 14, and interestingly, I was going to read letter 14 from the books. So, and look, also serendipity. Right, so basically this message is saying, look what's inside you, right? You hold the wisdom, and this is serendipitous. You know, basically fate will take its place, and it is really important to really go within, which is why we are being put. Look at that, there's a white feather that's just come there. Yeah, so basically there is a reason why this is happening, because it's allowing you to go further in. Look at that. So I just pulled the moon card. It was a time for healing. So this is happening at the moment because there is a big, big healing going on. And healing is always uncomfortable because it brings stuff up that we don't want to, you know, focus on. And look, the other message, what do you want to tell us about our connection for the future, is take the leap of faith, you know. And this is a massive leap of faith to keep on going when all around you, and clearly in the YouTube community, lots of people saying, oh, this is never going to happen, right? So this is the message from the universe saying, what do we need to do? Well, it's to know that you are being pushed to take that leap of faith, to trust in your journey, to trust in your healing journey. We are going through a big time of healing, big heart expansion. So to trust, right? Because your commitment is being tested to this journey. We're on another cycle, you know, we're expanding our consciousness. And so, you know, for some people, that means that they're bringing, you know, they are attracting, you know, magnetizing other people into their life, because that is going to help with their soul evolution. And that's totally fine. But so I guess the message is, don't let that shake your foundation, right? Even if it shakes your foundation, it's happening because you're being tested, because you need to take that leap of faith to trust, because we are going through the healing journey to go into your inner wisdom, because this relationship is destined, you know, the serendipitous. You'll be brought together when the time is right. So next question was, what do we need to do? And the message is, let go of all the fear. Look at that, it's time to go, which means it's time to let go of the fears. It's time to regenerate. Look at that, 40, the tree. So it's time to release all of the fears, all of the doubts, walk into the unknown, right? Keep walking along that bridge. Keep going, basically. Look at that. Believe in the impossible. Keep going, believe in the impossible. Keep dancing with life, right? Do something to change up your energy. Don't get stagnant in watching endless amounts of videos. And, you know, we've all been there, because it is so tempting to keep asking, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on? And, you know, I want to know this. And I know it's ironic, seeing as I do a YouTube channel. But at the same time, it's like, when you're watching YouTube videos, do it with intent. So ask for your twin and universe, God, source, whichever you prefer to use, to say, show me the video that I need to see now to help me on my journey, right? And then believe that, and then, you know, whatever comes in your path, then you can trust that it is actually for your own good, you know, rather than just mindlessly watching stuff. Because that's the thing. Everything about this journey has to be done with intent. Because we're being tested all the time. You know, we're here. Look, this is so clear on that first question. What is going on at the moment? Your commitment is being tested to your soul growth, right? To your soul evolution, which is what this is all about. You know, where, look, the Work Your Light Oracle is asking, where are you being called to journey to? Right, we're on a journey of the soul living, a spirit living a physical experience, to basically come more and more into our soul purpose. And that's why got to shake up the energy, right? So the message is, believe in the impossible, dance with life. That's what we need to do. So the next question was, what is the Scorpio moon going to do? Right, so the Scorpio moon is going to push us to the edge. Look at that. 11:11 on the clock as well. So it's basically saying, come to the edge. That's what's happening at the moment, which is totally right. And look at that, going out to sea, by leaving you out in the cold, right? Exactly what's happened with me and my twin. By being us left out to sea in the cold, no communication, no nothing, it's pushing us to the edge. Right, and that is what's happening. That is why it's happening. Look at that as well. But it's a never-ending story, because this is an eternal love. It's an eternal connection. And so we are being pushed to go to the edge of what we can physically and mentally, you know, mentally cope with, because it's a commitment to the soul. It's a commitment to your soul path. And like I say, for other people, look at this. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Right? As for some people who are bringing in other soulmates into their lives, it's because they are on a journey of elevating their souls. So if that's right for them, that's great. But don't let that, if that doesn't resonate for you, then just brush it aside. It's okay. It's not your path. Because I've had a lot of people emailing me to say, I'm really worried, I've been listening to this, and people are coming off, and people are saying that then it's never going to happen for twins, and all of this stuff. And look, this is what this moon cycle is bringing. The end of a tough cycle approaches, right? So we start the reading with your commitment is being tested. When I asked the question, what's going on with all this stuff about these connections never going to come into 3D? And we end the reading is, what's the Scorpio moon doing? And it's saying, it's the ending of this cycle. We know that it's been tough. The Work Your Light, what do we need to do? Look, the mirror, what is being triggered? I mean, seriously, sometimes you just can't, you know, I mean, I'm kind of speechless, because what is being triggered? What has all of this triggered in you? I know that I am going through this cycle with my twin. In my personal example, we've been brought to the same cycle that we had like 5-6 years ago, exactly the same. He's behaving in exactly the same way. The difference is that my behaviour is very different this time. And so, because I am much calmer, right? Because meditation, because believing in a higher power, because believing that we're being called to this for a purpose, to break an old cycle, right? So what is this for you? Right? Because one thing's for sure, this cycle is coming to an end, right? But it is mirroring something for you to let go of. But the big thing is to say, what do we need to do? And it is to believe in the impossible, right? To take that leap of faith, to trust in the universe, to dance with life, to shift up your energy, to push yourself forward, to, you know, go on your own journey about what you're being called to, and realise that everything in between is a mirror for you to let go of stuff. All right, I hope that helps, and keep believing in the impossible.